Michael. Michael.
What?
Michael, we need to tell the children about the triplets. Michael, the triplets. We've got to tell the
Triplets. The triplets. What could be more important? Okay, so here are some triplets right here. Okay, and then if we're at 250 BPM. I
Okay,
think I'm
okay,
gonna play
Michael. We need to do this interview properly. Let's do this. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Miss Kitty.
We are back for another week of new songs, new triplets,
New tunes.
new everything. What have you got?
Well, we've been learning Advanced Australia Fair, and specifically, well, the cellos are taking the melody this time because they've been playing the bass line all this time, all term.
Wow, all time.
last year, really, too.
All last year.
So, they deserve a spot in the spotlight. And the violins are going to be providing the railroads this time. And to do that, we have to learn about triplets.
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 Tell me about these triplets.
Well, this was worth getting out of bed for, okay?
Oh, it really was.
So, in the arrangement, we only have two types of rhythmic notes. There's the long ones. So, if this is my beat, the long ones are just on the beat.
I can feel that.
Da, 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 da. But we want to talk about triplets, don't we?
I want to talk about these
I want to
triplets.
talk about triplets.
I need to know.
Okay, so that's what these guys are. When you see the three notes joined together with the three, that's a triplet. And here's our beat again, and we have to fit three notes into one beat. Da 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 da. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Now, Michael, I could count 1 2 3 1 2 3. However, I like words.
Oh, I like words too.
So can you tell me, Michael, what are some words we can use to find out triplets?
Well, the easiest one is probably triplets. So triplet, 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 triplet.
I like saying that too.
It is fun. However, if you want to have a bit more of a sentence, like something that makes a little bit of sense,
Oh,
why don't we talk about tents?
tents!
Okay, so let's say you go to the tent store and you want to buy a tent, but the tent is too expensive.
Oh no.
And you say, well, instead of buying a tent, maybe I could rent a tent.
Rent a tent?
And then when you tell about that to your friends on the weekend,
Yes.
wow, when your friends asked you what you did on the weekend, you would say, I rented a tent.
Rented a tent.
Rented a tent?
Rented a tent.
Tent?
Did you rent a tent?
I rented a tent.
Rented a tent?
Tent? Rented a tent.
Rent a tent. Rented a tent.
So, rented is 3 syllables.
Rented a.
Rented a tent. Rented a tent. Rented a tent. Tent. Rented a tent. Rented a tent. Rented a tent.
I love
Okay,
it.
great. Okay,
Is
so it's
that
up
here
to you.
somewhere on our board?
Oh, absolutely. So I've written here, we've got triplet, 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 trip. Or we can say rented a tent, tent, rented a tent, rented a tent.
Wow, I love it. I
Great.
cannot forget it now. Rented a tent, children. Rented a tent.
Okay, should I play it?
Please.
So, we'll be going, here's our beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's beautiful, Michael.
Isn't it?
Michael,
Yes.
let's come back and record the second and third violin parts on
Ooh.
their own.
Can I show off for a little minute?
Go for it.
Okay, so I think I can play them both together at the same
Oh,
time.
show me your
And if I'm
harmonies.
really fancy, I could sing the cello part too.
Shall I sing the anthem?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Da-dum. 1, 2, 3. Australians all wear ostriches, for we are young and free.
With golden starlight, well foretold, our home is glad by the sea. Our land abounding, nature's gift of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage unfolds Australia fair. In wide plains and the sea of Australia. Oh, I did sing it right. Oh, Michael, that was wonderful. Okay,
Thank you.
Michael, I understand that. What do we need us to talk about our ensembles?
Okay, so there's another big one, and this concerns coming in at the same time all together, because that's the point of string ensemble rehearsals, is that we're learning how to play together as
Right.
a group.
Yes.
Right, which is very important. Okay, so normally I'm going to give you 4 beats before we come in, right?
4 beats to count.
4 beats. And I'm going to say, alright everyone, we're coming in 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no! I'm not ready. I'm sorry.
And so Miss Kitty,
Yes.
like when I'm counting in 1, 2, 3, 4, that's when you can get ready, okay?
So do I need to be ready by 4?
Yeah, or before 4.
Before 4?
Before 4.
I can do that.
Okay, so if I'm counting in, I don't want to see. Alright, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, no.
I don't know. So as soon as you hear me counting, I'm going to say instruments up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Children, things that I want to talk about and making sure that we're ready. Michael, you can still be in the picture.
Oh, thank you.
Things that I want to talk about is if we have questions, we are always ready for questions. But we like when people raise their paws, hands in the air. And to make sure that we listen to everyone else's questions around them because it might help you. So, children, if you have questions, we want to answer them. But we don't want to be shouted at. So, Michael,
Yes.
is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Can we talk about practice?
Sure, let's talk about practice.
Yeah, let's talk about practice.
Do you practice?
Oh, every day.
I practice every day.
Miss Kitty, how long do you practice for?
Well, sometimes if I don't have a lot of time, maybe I will try to do 15 minutes in the morning or afternoon. But if there is a day that I do not have anything on at all, I will aim to do 25 minutes to half an hour's practice. And I get so much work done that when it comes to ensemble, I'm ready to play with everyone else around me. What about you?
Well, on a good day, I can do 4 hours of practice.
Wow,
That's a
4
really good day.
hours, children.
And I can't do that every time.
Okay,
Because sometimes life gets in the way.
life
you know?
is busy.
But a lot of my students lately have been saying, oh, I didn't have time to practice. Do you think that's fair?
No, Michael, because you know what? Do you have time to watch television?
Exactly.
And you have time to watch this video, so guess what? You've got time to practice. It's just so important, children. We can't progress as a group if we don't practice as a group. So, it is your responsibility to make time to practice. It is very important. And it's something I really love doing. Do you like to practice?
Oh, absolutely. And I love the feeling of getting better.
Oh, so do I.
Yeah, so I'm, if I have a student who just says, I didn't have time to practice, oh, we just couldn't find any time to practice, I always say, really? Really? You couldn't find 5 minutes? Like,
Yes, we can find time.
you were so busy you didn't have a drink of water that
Oh,
day?
no.
Like, you obviously didn't watch a second of television,
No.
did you?
And I bet you never got time to play on that iPad.
Oh, exactly, right. So I think we can't say I didn't have time to practice because there's always time. It's just that you didn't make time.
We've got to make time, children. And I know you can do it. And that's why we do these videos, so you can watch and be inspired to practice. And you are more than welcome to play along with us as well. So let's maybe do a little demonstration after for some practice buddies. Next up, practice buddies. Yay! Okay, children, we are now ready to do some practice buddies. Michael, who are we starting with first?
Okay, so we're starting with the violin twos.
Violin twos, are you ready?
And speaking of twos, we're going to be putting our second finger on the G string. That's our
Second
first
finger
one.
on G. Find those fingers on your stripes.
Okay, and we're going to be going this fast. Dum, da 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 dum, da 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 dum, dum. Or
Tent, rented a tent, rented a tent,
tent.
tent.
Great.
Great.
Now, I was going to play this with Miss Monique. Have you seen her?
No. Miss Monique? Miss Monique?
Miss Monique.
I can't find her.
Okay,
I can't find her
guess
anywhere.
I can do it by myself.
I think she can
It's
do it.
funner to play with other people.
Sure,
think.
I know, but she's busy, so.
Okay, alright, that's fine. Okay, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 1. Back to 2. we got 3, low 4, and a D to rest.
Wow.
And 2, 3,
Almost.
4. 1, 2, 3. D, 1, 2, 3, D, 3.
Perfect. Children, you can use this video again and again and again
And again and again and again.
Children, I hope this helps you at home. And parents, please encourage your children to practice along with Michael. He is very helpful.
Thank you.
No worries. Third violins, you're up next. Woo! Okay, first violins, we are ready for you. Now, before we did the whole song with the second violins. However, today, first violins, we are just going from the letter A to the letter B.
Because we've got a special surprise for next week.
Special surprise.
At B.
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 So, children, I need you to get your violins ready and play along with us. Michael, what finger are we starting on? Oh, are we even starting on a finger?
No, we're not. We're starting on the open D.
Very lucky.
So lucky.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so this will be our speed. So we've got long, triplet, long, triplet, long, or tent.
Rented a tent. Rented a tent. Tent.
Okay, so violins up, everyone. Just like we talked about before, I'm going to count into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, is that it?
They got to be already.
Oh, that's so
It's
easy.
not very hard.
Children, we can do that. We can do it. Remember the rhythm. Tent, rented a tent, rented a tent, tent. And if you can keep that in your brain, you can do this.
Cool. Can I talk about one more thing?
Sure.
In fact, maybe we have an edit point there. Edit.
Edit. Now.
Cool. Can I talk about one more thing, Miss Kitty?
Sure.
And it's our rented a tent. So I'm not saying rented or rented or rented or rented or... Am I? Because I can't feel the beat where that is.
I can't.
No. So I'm saying rented or rented or rented a tent. Rented or rented or rented a tent. So can you hear where I'm putting a bit more extra
I
oomph?
can. I feel like it's not rented a tent, rented a tent, rented a... It's tent, rented a tent, rented a tent, tent. It feels like a march.
It is a march. It's a marching tune. So I can
Ooh.
think about military people marching. They're like, tent, hop, rented a tent, rented a tent, tent. Okay? So it's very obvious, even just with my voice, where the beat is. And we need to make that clear with our bows now. So I'm going... I'm not going rented a tent, rented a tent. I'm putting a bit of extra oomph
Extra
on the r of rent.
Rah.
Rented a tent.
Rah.
So that will be...
It makes me want to march.
And if I see people giving me a bit of extra on my R's, I'm going to be giving out special desky points.
Ooh, desky points.
Special desky points.
Special